I am just about to start making breakfast. Welcome to today's full day of food, by the way. So I am going to be making some sourdough English muffins. I fed this sourdough just before bed last night. After you feed it, you want to use it between 4 and 12 hours so that it's nice and bubbly. It's been about 11 hours right now. I have my cast iron pans on the stove warming up. I like those to be nice and hot, like they've already been warming up for about 5 minutes. I love this recipe because it's so simple. To my sourdough starter, I just need to add honey, salt, and baking soda. That's it. To this, I add 1 tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda. I do have to give this a really good stir. It's pretty thick. I'm going to add some coconut oil to my pans. Yeah, sometimes I just use my hands. This recipe is really easy to make, but it is a bit time consuming. I just need to make sure I start it early enough in the morning because you'll see they do have to sit and cook for a while. So I just take an English muffin size portion here. I just have learned over time, you know, how big these need to be, but you just kind of have to eyeball it. So there is one. As I take it off the wooden spoon, I make sure it's in a somewhat round shape there. I know they look like pancakes right now, but they do rise up a little bit and look more like English muffins. It's been exactly 10 minutes now. They've started to rise a little bit. I'm just going to take the temperature now up to about 3 instead of on low, and then just watch for those to rise a little bit more before it's time to flip them. I've also got some eggs over here because when the English muffins are done cooking, I am just going to cook up some scrambled eggs. Okay, I got a little bit distracted. Took me a little bit longer than I thought working with the chickens this morning, so this happens sometimes, doesn't it, Wesley? We cooked the English muffins a little bit too long.
But how did we?
Because I was outside working with the chickens. This actually is fine, to be honest.
But
I'm gonna turn my element actually down to low right now, so it stays low while it cooks the other side, just so that it cooks a little bit slower and the inside of the English muffin gets cooked through. That being said, I am gonna turn my oven on as well to maybe 225. So when this batch is done, I'll put them on a plate and put it into the oven just to make sure that the interior of them is also cooked through. They're all gonna turn over as one. Oh, those ones look really, really good. Turn the temperature down there a little bit too. I'm going to put a little bit more coconut oil onto my pan here. And then to my egg mixture, that's probably more oil than I needed. To my eggs, I just added some milk. Oh, I wanted to do some salt and pepper here. Let's get out salt and pepper. Okay, I forgot. Wesley had asked me if he could help pour it. All right, you got it? Good, good, good. Look how that's already curling up on the edges there. Yum.
How is that?
Scrambled eggs are ready. Last batch of English muffins. I don't need to wait for these ones to be done. We could just take the ones out of the oven and start eating them, but I just want to do one more thing, and that is to blend this smoothie. So I've just got some apple juice in the bottom, frozen strawberries, our last banana, I'm getting some more groceries today, and just some plain yogurt. Okay, I just licked that, I think it's called a tamper, it's my dirty sink, used for making the smoothie, and that is so tasty. The kids are gonna love this one. Time for breakfast. I just wanted to show you another look at the finished English muffins. You know, some of them are a little bit over time. Also, this was not my best batch. I feel like they're not as thick today as they sometimes are. Like you can see there, I can slice those in half, but usually they're a bit thicker than this, and I should have added more flour from the get-go because when I was just mixing up, you got out the smoothie cups. When I was mixing the batter, I thought it didn't seem quite as thick as usual, so I should have added more flour, but these English muffins, let me tell you, they are so tasty. They are well worth the, you know, the time it takes to make them. Wesley, there's your plate. We'll get the smoothie poured in a second. Why don't you get out peanut butter and honey and apple butter? Good morning. I just wanted to show my face and say welcome to today's full day of food. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. My name is Julie. I am a homeschooling mom of 5. Right now, it's our summer break, and so our days look different, of course. Our days typically start a bit later in the summertime, and so, you know, we just had a big breakfast. We're doing breakfast cleanup here, and it's 10:15. So we've had a few days like this summer where I don't even know if we'll have an actual lunch or if we'll just do like snacky food a little bit later for lunch, but we did. Are you waiting for me to read a book to you? We're ready to get started on our day. I just poured myself a coffee as soon as breakfast is done. That's the first thing I do is pour myself a coffee. Current time. And so I just grabbed out a few things that we could have for a late lunch slash snack. So I'm gonna wash up some of these cherries. I chopped up a couple of peppers. We have yogurt, some rice crackers, and then a couple of just random almost finished packets of crackers that were in the pantry. And so we're just gonna munch on this. I'm just having a sparkling water here. This flavor, the watermelon lime, is really good. Well, it's that time of day, getting close to dinner time. Everyone's gonna wanna eat again, so I'm back in the kitchen. I did have to come in the kitchen, you know, really quick to prep that lunch snack bit of food we ate midday, but let me tell you, we do this once in a while. We'll have like a late breakfast, big breakfast, and it just changes my day, like changes the flow of my day so much in such a good way. I mean, I'm not gonna go to this like 2 meals a day. I'm not switching us over to that. But when we do it, it is just so nice how much less time I spend in the kitchen. It's a really nice change of pace for our days. But so this afternoon, what has happened? The kids each had a popsicle. We each had a couple of candies. We have licorice in the cupboard, and so we were having a little candy snack. I am about to pour myself a coffee because I have not had any coffee since like first thing this morning, and so I am ready to have another one. And I'm also gonna get started on making supper. I thought I would make something really nice and hearty and filling for dinner tonight, so I pulled out some ground beef this morning. I am gonna make good old-fashioned hamburger gravy to go over potatoes. I say old-fashioned, and I don't know if that is like an old-fashioned traditional meal. I'm guessing it is because it's something that we ate a lot growing up. I did have to pull up a recipe because I was like, I haven't made hamburger gravy in forever. The potatoes are mid-cooking. I did chop up my carrots, but I haven't turned that element on yet. I've got some olive oil on this skillet, and I'm going to put the onions and garlic, let that saute, and then I'll grab my ground beef and saute that as well. I just love that smell of onions and garlic cooking. The beef and onions and garlic are all cooked. So next I'm just gonna take some, I try, and every time I say this, I still get corrected. Worcestershire sauce, you know, Worcestershire, however you say that. Oh, my carrots are just, what? Okay, I thought I saw my carrots boiling. I'm just looking at steam from this. I'm just gonna pour a bit of that sauce in here. And then I am going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. Try to get all the beef coated with this flour, and then when I pour my liquid in, the sauce will thicken with that flour. Oh goodness, spilling everything. Maybe I should have used, oh, I really should have used a bigger pan. Okay, I'll be a little more careful here. Now for the liquid, I have here half a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna top it up so that I have 2 cups of liquid. Top it up with milk there. I'll cook this for just a few more seconds first. Then I'll add in the liquid. I added salt and pepper to taste. Wesley's just getting the table set. I'm looking at this thinking I kind of wish we were having rice, but I knew we needed to eat up some potatoes because we just haven't been eating up potatoes as often as usual. And so get all the serving utensils in here, and that is going to be our dinner. We're going out tonight, and so I'm just gonna pull out this little snack tray so you can see what kind of snacks we have in here. So these are all pre-packaged snacks that we basically save for when we're going out. So we rarely have these snacks at home because we buy them, they're a little bit more pricey, you know, but we buy them for the convenience, and that convenience when we are home is not necessary. So each of the kids for tonight just grabbed something out of here. We have an assortment of different granola bars. We've got sesame snaps. I know a couple of the kids picked, oh, there's one. A couple of them picked one of these little chocolate packets, some of these little cookies. We also have some protein bars in here, so just an assortment of little snacks. There's some crackers down here too. I kept delaying on closing this video because I thought I'd have a snack again later tonight, but I am still full from that supper. So I'm gonna close this full day of food here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.